How may I help you?
I want to open a staking account.
The chairman awaits you.
Welcome to GSB. Here are your staking options. Are you ready for staking? Now you are ready.
All right. Hello, everybody. To Daniel's Den. Hey, we are going to jump right into some great content today from Dr. Miles Monroe. And we're going to chat a little bit about this wonderful apparatus that we have that we want to definitely tap into and focus in on our mental diet. All right. So for everybody new here, thank you. Welcome to Daniel's Den. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and on Twitter. We're going to jump right into this amazing content. If you don't know, Mr. Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to content, leadership, and just a whole lot of great things about mindset. You notice that there's a bit of a theme this weekend into our events, especially our power call earlier today, where mindset has definitely been approached, right? And it started and it's been a focus for our team for an extended period of time, right? So let me go ahead and pull this information up for everybody here. Let me do this here. All right. And let's see. Okay, and am I still live? Let's see if I'm still live. All right, there we go. Everything's just on a bit of a delay here. All right, so let's pull that up now, guys. Let's see.
Excellence will cost you what mediocrity will save you. Excellent people will conquer what average people will complain about. Most of the people who don't get ahead in life don't because they're too busy complaining about why they can't get ahead in life. But an excellent person conquers the things average people complain about. Excellent people pursue solutions. Average people stare at problems. Excellence orchestrates in the mind, translates into speech, and demonstrates in your life. You don't have to ask a person if they are excellent. You can tell by the way they dress. You can tell by the way they talk to you. You can tell by the way they organize what's around them. You can tell by the way they order their words when they speak. Excellence is not imposed from the outside. It is released from the inside. If you and I are going to be effective leaders, and if we're going to inspire people to be excellent, they are going to have to see it in our mindset, our demonstration of life, and in our speech. Excellent people make improvements, not excuses. So here are the principles of excellence that every human should know. Number one, don't settle for the average. Do not settle for the average. Average is the grave in which excellence is buried. Average people strive to fit in, while excellent people strive to stand out. You can never change what you accept. You can never change what you refuse to confront. If you keep pretending that mediocrity is your best, then you will never proceed to excellence. You were not born to be an average person. This, therefore, is the challenge. We need to inspire people to not settle even when they seem to be successful. As a matter of fact, the greatest enemy of progress is your last success. When you settle on what you've done and believe you've achieved everything, you have just begun to die. Excellent people never settle for the average. Develop a deep commitment to excellence. You will never be excellent until you decide that this is the lifestyle you will have. Develop a deep commitment to excellence. First, you should be the best, then you will be first. In business, everybody's trying to be first in the market, but that's the wrong pursuit. Excellent people don't try to be first. They try to be excellent. Michelangelo one day was painting the Sistine Chapel, and you all know the story of Michelangelo, the most awesome painting in Rome. People travel all over the world to see this man's painting, and you know what Michelangelo did, right? He lay on his back on a scaffold and he painted the entire ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. It's the most beautiful, awesome artwork in Rome, an awesome work. One day, the story goes, it's a true story, that Michelangelo was painting and one of his aides came in to check on him. When he walked into the chapel, there were candles everywhere. It was dark and musty. Michelangelo could not be seen. And so his friend and colleague cried out, "Michael!" He heard no sound. "Michael, are you here?" He heard some noise in the corner, in the dark, behind a post, up above the nave, in the secret corner where no one could see. "Michael!" And he heard a voice from way in the back, underneath the scaffold, behind the post, up above the ledge, in the dark corner of the chapel. And the answer came, "Yes, I'm busy." And the aide came and walked up and looked up in the darkness behind the post, way behind the rafters, and there's Michelangelo on his back with a painting brush in his teeth, one in his hand on his palette, and he is painting the feathers of one of the little angels in the dark behind the post where no one will ever see. His colleague said, "Michael, what are you doing up there?" He said, "I'm painting the ceiling." He said, "But Michael, you are putting details on the feather, on the wings of an angel in the dark behind the post, above the nave, beyond the rafters, where no one will ever see it. Why waste your time?" And without catching a breath, Michelangelo spoke through the brush in his teeth and said, but God sees it. He keeps on painting. What a spirit of excellence. An excellent spirit does not work because people are watching. It doesn't work because it will be known. Excellence comes from a spirit, an attitude on the inside. See, Michael was not working for the observation of people. He had an integrity with himself. He believed that everything he did should be the best he ever done, even if no one ever saw it. A person of excellence will always possess these two things: ethics and integrity. You see, your gift will carry you where your character won't keep you. Ethics are moral standards grounded in principles that govern your beliefs and convictions. Ethics are mental attitudes based on beliefs that control your behavior. What you believe manifests how you behave. Integrity is integration of your words with your behavior. What you say and do are supposed to be consistent if you are a person of integrity. An excellent spirit is a spirit of what? Integrity. Excellence produces trust. Why? Because people watch what you say and to see if it equals what you do before they trust you. True leaders are people who cause others to trust them because they say what they mean and they mean what they say. If you're going to be a person of excellence in leadership, you must integrate your words with your action. If you promise someone you're going to give them a call, give them the call. If you promise someone you're going to meet with their group, then do all in your power to show up and be at that meeting. Because excellence is integrity. What you say is what you do, and what you do is what you say. Go the second mile. Excellence is manifested in people who are not afraid of doing their best. Responsibility is greater than rights. Give more than you take from life. Go the second mile. How many people do you know on the call of duty and beyond the assignment? An excellent spirit does not do just because you were told, but it does because it believes and it acts. Go the second mile for excellence. Be consistent. Nothing is as frustrating as an inconsistent human. You know a few of them, don't you? You're probably sitting in their shoes right now. An excellent person sets high standards for themselves. Be consistent. People forget how fast you do a job, but never how good. Be consistent in your performance. Always do a job the best you can. Always manifest the excellency of your attitude in everything you do. Be consistent. Never stop improving. Excellence is a spirit that is never satisfied. A person of excellence may be impressed by what they've done, but never satisfied with what they've done. They are constantly improving. Excellence is the gradual result of striving to be better. Excellence is constantly growing. If you grow, everything will get better. Ignorance is the greatest enemy of man. Knowledge is his best friend. So the less you know, the more you are confused about life. The more you learn, the more simple life becomes. When you stop learning, you start losing. When you stop growing, you make excellence a lifestyle. Do it right the first time, all the time. Mediocrity is a personal trait. Excellence is a choice, like attitude. You choose to be excellent. Excellence
back on track. All right. Okay, here we go. think we should see and hear me okay. Let me make sure, get an audio check because we got a bit of a delay going on right now. Right, let's see here. All right, perfect. All right, thank you everybody for joining. One of the last things is that quote, the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without a purpose. Ooh, I'm gonna leave that up while I chat with you guys. So listen, some of the key points that Dr. Miles Monroe did and said was just be excellent now first. So that should come from within. What triggers you, right? What brings the best out of you? What compels you? What's a mission or a goal that really, really, really sets you ablaze, right? You want to harness that thing and just keep rolling in that, right? And then success, of course, is an enemy of your success. He talked about that, and we have an amazing leader by the name of Mr. Ty Best, who literally has a book on that, right? But the enemies of our success is our success. Resting on your laurels, resting on, hey, I was successful in this before, right? So you always want to challenge that and move forward to move into excellence, right? And he said that spirit of excellence is an attitude, right? So one of the benefits to that and knowing that it's an attitude is that attitudes can be cultivated by what you read. Attitudes can be cultivated by what you think. Attitude can be cultivated by what you surround yourself with. Right. And then he said one other key point. There's a whole lot of good points, but he said something to give more to life than what you take. Right. So you always want to add value, add value, add value. And that's what we do every night, except for Sundays and Wednesdays on Daniel's Den. We want to add value to as many people that are willing. So thank you everybody who's joining. I see we got people on YouTube, we got people on Twitter, along with Facebook. So thank you for hanging out with us today, tonight, this afternoon. Just depends on where you're at in this awesome world we live in. I'm gonna leave that quote up while we chat for a little bit. So what I want to talk about today is that mind diet, that mental diet, right? So that mental diet is, you know, things that you hear, right? So we just heard in a great audio. And then, of course, just like any other thing, if you only feed your mind once, if you only feed your body once, and you start going and you start going and you start going, there's going to be a certain time where your body gives out on you, right? Because it's going to say, I need some water. I need this. I need that, right? Your body will give out on you because you haven't fed your body, right? So same thing is true with our amazing minds. If we don't continue to stretch our minds, if we don't continue to tap into using our minds, it is like a muscle. And I love Mr. Bob Proctor. So if you haven't listened to any audios or any books from Mr. Bob Proctor, or if you haven't tapped into him as a resource, you want to do that. Another amazing book that man, I'm finding out more and more how many successful people read the book Think and Grow Rich. There's so many different versions. You want to tap into whatever version appeals to you. There's Think and Grow Rich for women, right? There's Think and Grow Rich Latina, right? There's Think and Grow Rich for all different walks of life. There's the classic. There's Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice, which I just showed you. Like I mentioned, there's Think and Grow Rich for women. So you want to tap into that to start changing and challenging that mental diet. What are you listening to when you fall asleep? What's the last few things that you say to yourself before you go to sleep? What do you say to yourself when you wake up? What do you say to yourself throughout the day, right? So this is a thing where you are going to have to think about what you're thinking about. Thoughts bring and contain things, right? There's an amazing not scripture, but there's an amazing phrase from Mr. Jim Rohn. Words are a way of seeing. So your words are painting something for you every single moment of the day. So you want to, and this is me talking to myself and you're kind of listening in. Okay, let's just be honest, because I don't have any of that stuff that Dr. Miles Monroe talked about down pat. I'm still growing and I'm still learning. I do not have it all down pat at all, right? So I'm very, very focused on my daily thought habits right now, and I'm trying to and starting to reel them in so that I can focus them in, like laser focus them on the goals and dreams that I have, right? So you're going to have to do a daily task of thinking, what are you thinking about daily and moment by moment, right? If you have a certain goal and dream, if you're passionate about something and you are trying to move towards a certain goal, you're going to want to harness the amazing gift that you've been given, our beautiful minds. Most do not think hard. Most work hard. And I'm learning more and more that the wealthy think hard. They tap into this. Mr. Joseph Haidt is not lifting and doing certain labors or manual labor, right? He is tapping into resources all around the world. He's tapping into and leveraging relationships that he has, right? The wealthy tap into that, right? Let me go ahead and pull that out now. So most people work hard day in and day out, all the labor that they can get their hands on. But most don't take the time to think hard. Then also your mental diet, right? Your mental diet, what are you eating day to day? If, and this illustration is beautiful because it really drives something home that we don't think about day to day, right? We just kind of let it slide, right? And I believe Jim Rohn gave this illustration. He said, if someone, actually, I think it might have been someone else, right? But if someone came into your living room and they took a whole bunch of trash, right? And they just threw it all on the living room in front of you. They just dumped a whole bunch of trash inside your living room. Just dumped it. Now, anyone in their right mind would say, hey, listen, clean that up. Get that out of here. This is my living room. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, sir? You know, get that out. Clean that up. That's not right. That doesn't belong there. But unfortunately, in our day-to-day, when something negative, and the negative, you can use it to leverage and move towards the right direction. So I'm not saying you're not going to have any negative thoughts. What I'm saying is when that thought comes, and if someone decides to dump some garbage in your mind, something that doesn't serve you, doesn't help you move towards your goal, this is only for people who have a goal and a dream, who are focusing in and trying to get somewhere, because it doesn't matter if you're not going anywhere. If you have no personal goal and dream, then you can think whatever thought you want. You can roll with that thought. You can just let it do what it's going to do. Right? But for the people who are trying to get somewhere, you're going to have to reel in some of those thoughts from time to time, right? Those thoughts might have been dumped on you. The garbage might have been dumped on you, right? But you're going to want to have the presence of mind to start reeling that in and saying, oh, well, okay, where did that thought come from? Oh, okay, wait. Let me take inventory of what I'm thinking, right? So you're going to have to start taking inventory of what your personal thoughts are. Then you're going to have to start taking inventory. Well, who dumped that in there? And that's why it's very interesting to me in terms of music. What are you listening to for music? Because listen, that person that you're listening to, their lyrics, you're dropping those into your mind. So you want to be aware of those lyrics, and you also want to be aware of what is that seed. What's the seed that's being sowed inside of you? Because everything is seed, time, and harvest, right? So if those seeds that are going into your mind, if your mental diet is not positive, if you only hear Dr. Miles Monroe once, right? You don't meditate on it over and over and over again, right? If you hear Class in Session once, right, and you never meditate on it over and over and over again, right? If you hear the Power Call once and you never listen to it again, right? If you pick up your word, right, and you only look at it once, if you don't have a verse or something or scripture that you're holding on to, right, or a thought that you're holding on to help manifest your future. So I encourage everybody on the sound of my voice, and it's something that I'm working on myself. I'm not haven't arrived. You know what I'm saying? Because that is one of the things that Dr. Miles Monroe said. If you got a spirit of excellence, you're always wanting to improve yourself. So this is all self-directed, right? So I want to focus in on the mental side of things. What is your mental diet? We eat 3 times a day. How many times do you feed your mind? What are you feeding your mind? Is your mind only being fed news? Is your mind only being fed bad news? Is your mind, because Jim Rohn, I think, talked about this too. He said he used to wake up in the morning, take the newspaper. He said he would load up on murders. He would load up on killings. He would load up all that stuff, load up on all the negative news that's in that newspaper. Man, he would just load up. He said, hey, for some reason, I like that kind of stuff. Boom. And he's in there. He's listening to all that. He's reading all that negative stuff. And he said, you can imagine what kind of day I've had. Because he voluntarily took the garbage and dumped it into his mind. And once again, there's a whole lot of successful people that say this: if there's something important about the news, you will pick it up in conversation. Mr. Ty Best has said that multiple times. Even Jim Rohn has said it. Several successful people, Bob Proctor said it too. If there's something important, you will hear it in conversation. It will be brought to you in conversation. So why seek out negative news to say that you're up to date? How is that going to serve you? So once again, this is only for people who have a goal, who are headed somewhere. If you're not having a goal, a specific purpose, something that you're passionate about, something that you're trying to do, if you're not headed towards a certain direction, any road can take you, right? So for the dreamers that are on this call, for people who are passionate about helping people, for the people who have a goal in mind that they're trying to amass more wealth for themselves, for their family, for the people who are doing something and moving forward, this is the stuff that we do day to day. We try and reel in our thoughts. We try and take the garbage that's been dropped on us from well-meaning parents, well-meaning individuals, people in our close sphere, right? People who are outside of our sphere, social media, right? Songs, music, influencers from all different walks of life, right? All different cultures, doesn't matter who it is. And forgive me, I got to get better at looking directly in the camera so you guys could see what I'm saying and feel what I'm saying more often, but I am multitasking and looking at my controls at the same time from time to time. So forgive me, I'm gonna get better at that. Okay, you're gonna see me looking right at you saying, listen, you gotta work on your mindset. I gotta work on my mindset. Let's start a good mental diet. And it's gonna take time to build that mental diet. You're going to start gleaning from mentors that work for you. You're going to have to start gleaning from mentors that help you connect with the information. It might not be me, right? You might not connect with me. You might connect with Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, right? So once again, your mentors and ways to tap in and improve that mental diet is reading great books that are made and designed to help you move forward towards your goals and dreams, right? You know I'm gonna pull out my Robert Kiyosaki book. You know it already, right? You know already that I'm about to grab this Robert Kiyosaki book, don't you? Because this is part of my mental diet. Listen, when you read this book, Fake, you're gonna get upset. You're gonna get upset, and that's good. Because there's some things that have been done wrong in this world. And if you're not aware of it, you're not going to know that there's a solution. So if you don't know the problem, then you're probably past the solution. All right, I'm going to stick to my topic today, but I'm telling you right now, the person sharing this information with you has a global solution that can help put money in your pocket, right? And that's another amazing thing, right? You're based on your mental diet, you're going to respond a certain way based on your mental diet. Based on the information that you've heard so far, you're going to respond based on your mental diet. If you've been reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you learn that assets bring money into your pocket and liabilities move it away, right? Like Jim Rohn says, words are a way of seeing. So sometimes we share information with people and they can't see it. And it's not their fault that they can't see it. It's because their mental diet has been guided by someone who didn't know how to, one, build wealth, manage wealth, right? Amass a team, tap into building a business, tap into leverage and assets. They didn't know about that. So the person sharing that with them, they didn't get connected. That's why we keep sharing great information. That's why we have power calls Monday through Saturday. Because guess what? Your mental diet can't be changed in one setting, in one feeding, right? You don't get the muscles with one lift and with one pump. It doesn't happen. It's not natural, right? It's not natural. So if you think you can get a shot of steroids, right? There's some side effects to that. But as you build the muscle naturally, there's a whole lot of benefits with that, right? But it's not an overnight thing. Same thing with your mental diet. I want to encourage everyone that's on my voice. Get a book that resonates with you. I can't wait to get that book, Beach Money, that everybody's been talking about. Mr. Diabes has been talking about it, right? Miss Tanisha Glaspie's been posting about it, right? Mr. Michael Delco's been reading it while he was hanging out on the beach, living the words that were on there. You were talking about integrity, right? Mr. Miles Monroe was talking about integrity. Boy, oh boy, do we have some amazing leaders that are full of integrity and are doing what they're talking about. They're amassing wealth for themselves and creating generational wealth for their family. They've retired themselves, right? And they've retired adult children. They've retired their spouses, right? That's the kind of caliber of people we're surrounded by because of their mental diet, right? And their discipline in absorbing good information and sharing that good information with our awesome global team. Dr. Rhonda and, all right. Everybody in the sound of my voice, get back with the person sharing this information with you. We want to help you change your mental diet. Why do we want to do that? Because we are tapping into educating everybody under the sound of our voice. You want to get back with the person sharing this information with you because what's in it for you? Besides improving your quality of life, there's a way for financial freedom. We have it laid out, right? There's a way for additional income. We have that laid out. There's a way for you to amass more assets, not liabilities. We have nothing here that moves money away from you. Every single thing we do in our system moves money towards you. Get paid to save your own cash flow money. Move your money towards yourself in the form of a potentially appreciating asset. All right. All right. So here's all we're going to say. Richard James, I'm trying to slow down. Don't be making any more comments, Richard James. No, stop. Oh, man. All right. Thank you for that, Richard James. I appreciate that. That is an amazing leader. You know what? It is so good to be connected to people from all different walks of life, from all around the country. We got Canada hanging out with us. We got people from all over the world. And if you were on the pool party earlier today, I'm looking at my notes in the pool party. I'm trying not to go in on those. Hearing from a microbiologist, right? That just listen, Miss Ann, the microbiologist said she left that profession to make more money. And she is full-time with GS Partners, hearing from someone who's in the UK, prominent project manager, talking about, hey, getting that quality of life, spending more time with his family, right? Hearing from the millionaire clown, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, everybody who's plugged in. When you have a passion, when you have a dream, when you have a goal, you could have a goal to be a clown and still start creating financial freedom. There's so many different people that are connected to this amazing business. It's awesome, man. And Miss Brooks in London, Ooh, she talked about being married with 2 kids and making sure she has time for that family and earn more money all at the same time. All right, guys, I'm not going to talk no more. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Get back with the person sharing this information with you. If that person is me, you go to y1income.com. If it's not me, you get back with Richard James. You get back with Miss Kenya, Miss Cross, right? You get back with the person. Oh, yes. I'm trying not even to go in on that, Richard J. I'm trying not to go in on that because Miss Forbes Riley, just one of our many celebrity brand ambassadors. Boy, she laid it out today. I listened to her at least 3 times already, and I'm definitely going to be listening to her some more. All right, Richard James, stop riling me up, Richard James. But listening and hearing from people all over the world, I'm telling you, that's part of my mental diet. I love hearing success stories from people all over the world. I love it. I love hearing that success story, like Mr. Best talks about, the dream, the struggle, the prize. Man, I'm telling you, I love hearing those success stories. It does supercharge me, right? All right, I'm done, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, tonight, this afternoon. Don't be laughing at me, Richard James. Listen, guys, we have a good time, man. We had a pool party just celebrating all of the top achievers, some people throughout all the world of GS Partners. If you don't know about it, you want to get back with the person sharing this information with you. But I wanted to focus in on mindset, your mental diet. Start shifting it. Start changing that mental diet today, right? And it's going to be a daily thing. It's going to be a day-to-day thing. It's going to be a moment-by-moment thing. And sometimes you're going to see, oh, man, I'm all full. Maybe I shouldn't eat anymore. Yeah, you can eat some more. Then you got to exercise that mind. Once your mind is stretched, once you hear people are making money in their sleep, you can't ever unhear that. Once you hear that people are becoming financially free and retiring themselves and their family at home, you'll never be able to unthink that. It'll stretch your mind and you're like, man, and that seed will get planted and that seed will be watered. And sooner or later, that seed will manifest. All right, thank you guys. I'm out. I got to get out of here. Richard James is about to make another comment and it's going to make me go on a rabbit trail. And yeah. Guys, get back with the person sharing this information with you. We have a good time here, guys. We have a good time because there's a lot of great fun, great content, and great information here. I know Richard James probably about to see. Yeah, he's okay. Peace, family. All right. Peace, brother Richard James. But man, we love our Wealth Builders Worldwide family. We love our DS partners. It's truly amazing. So get back with the person sharing this information with you. I'm going to show you on my outro a short video from our live launch in Dubai. Coca-Cola could not get their symbol on the world's largest building, freestanding building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. But guess who did? Our company did get to be connected and live on the world's largest building, the Burj Khalifa. Enjoy this, guys, and we'll see you on the next live stream.
Never regret to be here tonight with us. Let's go, party is going on.
The certificates over the blockchain, first of all, it's still